Hey, my friends. Just getting set up. Here's our chair. Let's see where we can put the camera. If you hop on, say hello. We're going to give it a minute or so because I got on quick. It came on. So go figure. And it's a Monday. Happy Monday. Did you catch me this morning when I was walking? Do you remember I told you it was so noisy? I think it was noisy over at that park all day. But that's okay. That means people are out having fun. Yep. So, now that I'm back from vacation, got to get back into a schedule. Got to get organized again. Get a plan. Too many things in their minds, huh? Okay. Well, let's get started. It's okay. Well, you remember our chair? And I'm going to turn it around. We put some phrases on there. I got some, I don't know if you can see down here. And they're all growth phrases. My journey is a garden of becoming. I trust the process even when I cannot see the bloom. I give myself time to grow at my own pace. Aren't these important messages for all of us? I think so. They're important for me. And did you see I posted a picture of a plant I put in here? I had it and we got at the garden center. And I'm not sure if that's where it's going to stay, but because I still have to seal it after we put all the phrases on. And that, we'll just see. We'll just wait and see. So I'm going to turn this around and you guys can just not, it's hard to see because these are small, but I really wanted to explain to you how I did this. Have you ever printed on like tissue paper, or these are the plies of a napkin? I should have grabbed a napkin, but of course, do I have one? I have tons of them, but you know how you can pull apart the plies. And so, oh, I do have some. Okay, let's grab this one. So I have this napkin, and I just wet my fingers to pull it apart. And I squeeze it, and I pull it, and it kind of comes apart, okay? And then I pull the ply off. This one ripped a bit, but that's okay. But this is the ply I print on, okay? Some napkins are 2-ply, so you have to get 2 layers off. But you just want the one with the print for your art project. But we want these to print on. Okay. So then, okay, so here's, think of this as a full sheet of paper. And I have the ply right here. And so I glued the ply without the print on my paper. And what I use is, I just used a glue stick. And there are temporary glue sticks that you can get that'll help. Or just make sure you only do around the edges, so not where it's going to be printed. And then I just had it on my computer and I printed it like a paper. And that's what I did. And now I have these papers, the ply, and now sometimes, as you can see, my ink, sometimes it's better than others, but that's okay. It's just a napkin ply. And then I just cut it out. And I cut it out when it's attached to the paper because that just works better for me, okay? And then when I pull it apart, here's my ply with my printed phrase or picture or whatever you're going to do that I can put on my chair. Pretty good, huh? Okay, so that's what we're going to do. If you pop on, say hello so I know who's here. I think somebody's watching. But, you know, I can't always tell. So I'm sorry if I don't answer, but I will go back afterwards and look. You know Facebook. It does its own thing. Some days are better than others. So, all right. So I have one. So let's cut out a few more. I have a few of these already started to get cut. Okay. I have this one. And we're going to trim it off. And we might even put some on the back today. Here, some of these are already almost off because when I printed it off again, I know that we had some already done. So I'm just gonna cut that. So here, let me turn this down a bit. You guys can see what I'm doing better. There. Okay. I just gotta be careful because this is very thin. So that's why I usually like to do it with the paper, because it's hard to hold on to. So that's something special if you're having somebody help you, that leave it on the paper and then cut it out and then peel it off the paper. And it doesn't have to be perfect because it kind of all melts, kind of is a good word, when we print it, when we secure it to the chair. That's what that's called. Okay, let's just keep cutting them. And you know what, if it doesn't turn out, you can always print them again. Because remember, those napkin plies are free. They're all part of it. Okay. There's this one. We don't have to use all of them, but it might be kind of fun. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna cut the rest of these out. Let's just do it this way. And it should be fun to see what you guys come up with. Especially if you want to decorate something and you want to put some quotes or sayings. I love it if you share with us. Somebody's going to get inspired by what you do, for sure. And then what I want to also talk about is how we can support more folks in participation. So you guys all have great ideas. Just think, how do you modify and adapt something for somebody that you care for? What tool have you found that works the best? Or that works good? Doesn't have to be the best, you know, just has to work and be supportive of that person's abilities. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, I might cut this one. Okay, this one we have to cut off the edge. Okay, all right. Oh, there's another one. I grow stronger with each new season. Isn't that the truth? I don't think we notice how much we grow sometimes. Other people may notice, but I don't think we do sometimes ourselves. And I don't think we give ourselves enough credit. So, all right. Let's get putting them on here. So what I've grabbed is my Mod Podge, and since the chair, I just grabbed the hard coat. Okay, you could use regular Mod Podge, but this is what I grabbed. So I'm gonna undo And I'm just going to work right out of the bottle. Now, I know we've talked about this before. We could use little paint pellets, but I just grabbed this, so you could put some in here, especially if we have folks that tend to put too much on their brush. You could even use a little paper plate, whatever works for you. You know, if you use a paper plate, you could put a little piece of tape underneath so it sticks to the table so it doesn't go all over the place. So, all right. Each day I plant, tend, and trust the unfolding. All right, so let's put it over here. Because this is just going to be a decorative chair. That's my plan. Now, if you were going to use it for more, we'd have to really seal it good and many coats of something. All right, so I'm going to put this, lay it down gently because it's a napkin. I'm going to put that there. And then I'm going to pounce it. And I'm going to let it sit for a minute before I put the top coat on, okay? Should we put another one over here? I think so. Yep. So, are you guys staying cool? Because it's a pretty warm day here in Northeast Ohio. But I was down in North Carolina, and I bet you it's... Well, actually, I looked at the temperature, and it's about the same. I don't know if it's more humid down there. Okay, this one says, do you like it if I read you the inspirational messages? Every small step is a seed of possibility. And see, I think when we're looking at this, we can look and go, makes you stop and think a bit. Or if you're working with somebody, you could read it to them, and pause and let them take that message in. And then maybe just a visual expression might say, that's a good one. Okay, I'm going to try to put something, I'm going to get down here a bit. I'm going to try putting one on the legs. Let's see. You know what we could do? We could cut it and we could put part of it over here and part of it over there. So no effort is too small to matter. So I'm going to put some of it over here and some of it over here. Okay, no effort is too... Whoa. That's one thing we got to be careful of, that it doesn't curl up on itself. And I'm just going to be very careful. Put that there. I'm going to pounce them in. Yeah, I think that's good. And then see, then this is when I use my dryer and I dry these off and then I'll put another coat on top. Yeah. All right. Let's put a top coat on all the ones we put on. And I don't think I can't do it today, but we'll see. Maybe I can, since we're going to dry them. I'll show you what I did to make them blend in a little bit. You could water down some paint, but I use this chalk ink, and I have some of this color, so that works. If you think the background shows too much, the white, And this one it does, but maybe because the paint underneath is lighter. Okay. So maybe after we put these on, we can get that chalk ink and we'll see what happens. Okay, let's put another one on. Let me turn it around. Let's put some on. Let me put the camera up a bit. Up here, okay? Let's pick one. I release what no longer serves me. Let's see, there must be another part. Let's see. Maybe there's this one. I am rooted in purpose, because I think I'm missing a word on that other one. We'll see if something comes up. I am rooted in purpose, reaching for more. That'll work. They're all gonna work. So I'm putting on some of the Mod Podge. And then I lay it down carefully. And this is just this, so it's not a big deal if I'm a little off. Okay, if you really want, you can pounce it in. Ooh, see? That's why I model for you guys. I have to be careful. Oh, might have been a little wetter than I thought. Okay, should we put one on this one? Let's see if we find one for this one. Okay. Like a tree, I balance strength and expansion. Okay. Now, that's why we use the pounce brush, because if it doesn't get too wet, and when we do this and go back and forth, that's when it sometimes gets pulled up. And sometimes I get antsy and I want to get it done. Okay, like the garden, I am always evolving. Let's put that one here. Okay. Pounce brush. See, it did on that one too. Maybe we didn't have enough Mod Podge underneath. See, you guys learn by all my little oopses. Okay, we're gonna let that one dry. All right. Let's see what this one. Growth happens underground in stillness and patience. I think I'd like to put that one down here, since it says underground. So we're going to do it down here. Let me put the camera down even more. Okay. Okay, now Pam has to be very careful. She's getting a little, it's kind of like gentle, gentle, gentle. Get my pounce brush. Need a little. Okay. All right. We got a few more. Challenges nourish resistance. I'm going to put that one down here since we're down here. Gentle, gentle, gentle. Okay. I think I'm going to wait on that one. Couple more. Even quiet moments lead to something beautiful. Okay. Let's come on back in the front. And I'm going to move this back up for you guys. You can see. I think I'm going to put more on the seat. That's just me. You could put them wherever. Okay. Here's a long one. I grow stronger with each new season. You know, we don't have one right up here. Let's do that. Now, sometimes I get carried away. Sometimes I can just keep going and going and going. But I'm going to stick with just the ones I have. And I think we're going to finish off this chair this week. That's good. We have one more, and then we'll dry it. Nature never rushes. Neither do I. I often rush. How about you guys? Do you rush a lot? Okay, let's see where we should put this one. I think I'm going to put it right down here. Okay, I'm just putting the lid on so I don't spill it, but I'm going to go around and dry everything off now. Okay, I'm going to go around where all the wet ones are. Let's turn it around. Get these in the back. Okay, and now we're going to put a top coat on all of them. Okay. Because remember, a napkin's purpose is to absorb. So we don't want anything, we want it to absorb this, but not anything else we put on there. Okay, I know I'm up above a little bit, but I'm just getting these. Okay, let's turn it. This one up here. We'll just go over all these again, just to make sure. Okay, let's see if there's any. All right. Okay. It's time to dry again. You know, and I was also thinking, like, if you had a friend, one of your friends that you're working with, they could hold this, and then you could move the chair around instead of them. Some of my friends like to go all over the place, but to focus in on what you're doing, you could hold, you know, turn the chair. That makes sense? Let me know in the comments if my suggestions are making sense. Get the camera up a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Let's check these back here. Oh, this one's still a little wet. All right. Okay, let me get my ink, if I have it. Let's see. Aha, I do. Okay. All right, I have a light colored green. So this is, it's called chalking ink. And this is what we're going to try, okay? And I usually just put it on with a baby wipe. And so I take my baby wipe and I put some on. Some of these are getting down to the bottom, but it gets a little on there so I can just give a little color. You could take this and put it on it. Dab it on. That's okay too. Let's see. I think this one's getting down to the bottom, the barrel. Let's see. Yeah, it's drying out. Some of these are pretty old. But might just be just enough to tone them down a bit. This darker one, but this might be too dark. Let's see. Let's just see. maybe it's okay. Kind of makes it blend in more. Let's see. Okay. Let me turn this around. Let's move on to another one. Let's try this one. Yeah. As you can see, but it makes it blend in a bit. It's not like that white background. That works pretty good. Let me do it. Move up here. Let's see. I'm liking what this one's doing. And here I thought the darker works pretty good. I'll just keep going around. Let's go where the light ones were. I'll take some close-up pictures later, so you guys can see. It's kind of hard to get so close. So I'm just dabbing it on gently. See if I can get closer. So I'm just dabbing it on. And if you feel like you're getting too much around the outside of it, you can always wipe it off. Okay. I'm thinking that looks pretty darn good. All right. I'm going to put the lid back on that one. I found the lid to the other one. There it is. How many of you guys lose things on the table? Sometimes. All right. I'm going to get my dryer. And then I'm going to let this sit, and then I'll seal it. Because I want that ink to really dry. But I think this is going to turn out pretty darn good. And put a good couple coats of sealer on here. And I'm going to put it outside. Not sure if I'm going to put this in the front or the back. I had it in the front the other day when I took pictures. But I'm not sure where this home is going to, where its home will eventually be. Or, you know what? There might even be somebody that I think would like this. But I don't know who that is just yet. So we'll see. Is anybody thinking of doing something like this? I found another bench. I'll explain it in a minute. Okay, we're gonna let that dry. Let me bring, so you're not looking at my head, the top of my head. So what do you think about that? I would love your input. I think it's turned out pretty good. I might share a picture of a bench that I might do next. And I think I might take this to have some of my friends help me with this, especially since this used to be a bench of my oldest son, who they are all friends with. So, Yeah, I think I'm going to let them help me decide what we do. And I'm thinking it's a bench. It was for a bench for a little guy when he was like 5 years old. And I think I might turn it into a bookshelf. What do you think of like that? Repurposing. Because it's all made to matter. And why should it just be sitting around when we can use it again? Because it has his name on it and he can't use it anymore. And I don't think he wants it. He loved it when we had it. But so let's repurpose it and make it into something new. So I'll be sharing with you all about it. So, all right. So I think we're pretty much done with this project. And next week, maybe we'll seal it and we'll go from there. Pick something new. What would you like to work on? Give me some ideas. July is July 4th and red, white, and blue, but there's lots of other things we can do. Yeah, so be thinking. Or I will share some ideas on my page, and guys, we'll make it, you can vote on it and see which ones we do. Because I can come up with ideas, but you guys can come up with ideas too. Or if there's something that you would want to be shown, maybe how we can modify and adapt. And that's why I want to talk to you about the Den of Possibilities. It's going to be a membership group, so we can be more insightful, and I can answer more specific questions. So we might be starting that up in September. Let's get through the summer, and I'll start sharing more ideas. And I have a thing on the webpage. It says the Den of Possibilities, but I might be modifying it a little bit to meet more people's needs and ideas and wants and desires. So be looking for that, and new fun things, right? Let's think new and different and exciting, and sharing ideas and learning not all new things, but learning together. Because I might have an answer, but you guys might have better answers, better ideas, better thoughts. And so, all right. So I'm glad we enjoyed a Make It Monday together, and I will see you next week. Bye, friends. But I'll be posting through the week. But more Make It Monday fun next week. All right. Bye, everybody.